Hey, Taylor, Ethan, good to see you. How you guys doing?
Hi,
Doing
great.
great.
How are you?
Thank you for having us.
That's great. Wait, where am I talking to you guys? Where are you guys?
We're in Salt Lake City. Different houses in Salt Lake City.
Ah, got it. SLC.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's great. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is a
we love it
beautiful
here.
area.
Yeah, we love it here. Movie shot in Salt Lake City area too. Yeah.
Oh my God. So I obviously I've gone to Sundance. I've seen screenings in SLC. I've even been to the Salt Lake City Comic-Con, which was fun.
Yeah, that's a
back in the
good
day.
one.
Yeah.
Salt Lake
Loads of
Comic Con's fun. What is it called? Fan Quest now? I don't know.
Something,
FanX now.
something like that.
FanX
Something
now,
like
yeah.
that. But tell me about your indie movie By His Hand. I mean, this is kind of in a way, a family project, right? I mean, that's why I say filmmakers, you all worked on it, but in different roles. Tell me about the movie.
Yeah. So By His Hand, it's mine and Ethan's first feature film. Ethan and I have worked in the Salt Lake film industry for 15 years. We've been making short films together as we've kind of just been like networking and making friends in the film community. By His Hand is a story that centers on the characters Chase and Emma, and they live on a commune and they're involved in a cult. And after a night of kind of like a sadistic ritual, they decide that it's time to cut free and leave. And they find that the outside world is a little bit harder to navigate than they would think.
Yeah. So it's I mean, it's one of those almost like a fish out of water tales.
Yeah.
But from
absolutely.
yeah, I've got the trailer queued up. Let's watch the trailer and
Let's
talk
do
about
it.
it on the back end because I want to give people a taste of the movie.
Yeah.
It'll also be fun to watch you watch it.
Yeah.
That's always
Yeah,
fun.
I love it. I love the trailer. I watch it all the time. Big fan.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Sam? Fowler's called a meeting tonight in the barn.
We'll be there. What did you say to Fowler?
I saw you and Emma coming out of the shack together. That's all.
You have no idea what you've done.
Name the beast that lurks in the dark.
Temptation of the flesh.
Hold fast. Name the beast that lurks in the dark.
Fowler. It's time.
Okay?
It is the will of God that I and my family should inhabit these lands.
Emma.
Huh?
I need you here with me.
I'm here.
I need to find my friend Josh.
Is that him?
Sam, really good to see you.
How did you know it was us?
Who is she? Your girlfriend?
No.
Did you get a good look at my wife, Peggy? Oh, jeez. The path to heaven leads straight through hell.
I think what she's trying to say, Emma, is somebody's coming for you.
We need to go now.
What happened to your face?
Why don't you let me show you? Do you even care about us?
Thought you just wanted to help me.
That's all I've been trying to do!
The world has turned sour. Time to get to work.
All right.
There it is.
There it is. I mean, it's a thriller, but it also the way it starts, it kind of feels like a Western in a way. Like from
I
a
mean,
different.
certainly, I'm hugely influenced by westerns. I like to kind of consider it like a neo-western cult thriller road chase film. It's kind of a mishmash, right? Everything I like.
Well, look, gotta say, one of the things they say when you're making an indie movie, it's cast and location. And
Yes,
the cast,
absolutely.
amazing. The locations, I mean, having done that trip from LA to Salt Lake, it's like 10, 11 hours. You got to go through Vegas. It is stunning. It is beautiful. So
Yeah.
you're really, how'd you utilize the location?
Yeah, I mean, you said it right. Location, it's so important, like in an indie film like this, to really lean into location as kind of like baked in production design, right? Because we don't have a lot of resources to build anything. So I am very familiar with the northern Utah area. I grew up here. So when we were writing this film, I would just take drives, hours long drives. I'd put in a music that fits a vibe and kind of just like come across all these places. And I kind of just knew, I knew that it's where we wanted to shoot, as I'd find a lot of these places. And it was a really fun way to get to know the state and my home a little better.
How'd you go about casting? I mean, you're working with family. That's one way, but how'd you go about casting all the roles?
Well, that was it was an interesting process. We made this movie during the SAG strike in 2023, and so we made this with a SAG interim agreement, and it made it very difficult. Chase and Ryan are our main cast. We met Chase through a friend, and Chase was recommended highly, and Chase knew Ryan, and so that came to us, and it was a huge blessing because Chase and Ryan just like have this natural kinetic energy, and they bring that kind of like rapport and that natural chemistry that the movie needed. But for the rest of the cast, I think 90% of the cast, we didn't get our interim agreement until I think it was 24 hours before we started shooting. So Taylor and I, 24 hours before we were shooting this movie, we're sitting in a Bjorn's Brew parking lot with our casting director, the spreadsheet open, and we just we cast every single role like within 10 minutes because we had to do it that way. And so it was like the will of the fates that like we got a lot of these people. It was like it was given to us, and it just worked out really well. I just think it's really like a really beautiful example of like how limitation really can serve you really well.
No, I agree with that. It almost forces you to be creative, right? Like those limitations, because the movie
100%.
The movie seems big on a scale, for sure. I mean, really, like with the cast and the locations, you got lucky. What inspired the story?
The story, it's inspired about my upbringing in Utah. I mean, namely, I grew up in a religious family, and I mean, we all know what Salt Lake City is known for, right? Is the predominant religion of the LDS Church. And so I left the church when I was like a teenager, and I found in my 20s that there was a lot of things that I kind of had to figure out on my own, for lack of a better word. So I spent my 20s kind of finding myself and figuring it out. And a lot of times it was scary, you know, it was weird. It was strange. So really that was the catalyst for the character Sam. So I mean, and just more simply, for our first feature film, I wanted it to be something that reflected who I am and my upbringing and my home.
Oh yeah. Ethan, you have a comment?
I think I just want, I'm so with Taylor on that. And I think that we just really wanted to emphasize like the journey after you leave, like because I think there's a lot of emphasis on like leaving the bad thing behind, but we we were in a part of our lives when we were writing this where we were doing a lot of deep self-reflection, and we were doing a lot of self-reconciliation. And so the story kind of turned into this meditation on like what happens next, right? As Taylor said, what happens next? It's confusing, it's scary, and sometimes it's a lot easier to be afraid of and run away from a big, scary bad guy that's chasing you than it is to confront yourself. And so that's kind of where we got the inspiration.
It's almost like, never having access to the internet and then suddenly being on the internet. Like,
yeah, I'd imagine that would be a frightening thing.
Yeah, frightening. I mean, like, wow, I didn't believe people think like this or do this or what's that. So, I mean, it's a very personal film in that way. I mean,
absolutely, yeah. And just as far as like interpersonal relationships, right? I mean, this film can just be summed up as toxic codependency and a guy got friend zoned, So I mean, that's kind of, it was a big exaggeration of that, right? Of kind of like being on an island and being sheltered from the world and just figuring it out as you go.
Well, there's, I mean, where you are from in Salt Lake has spawned a lot of amazing films. What is it about the state, its beauty and its culture? Very different than, we get a lot of stories from the coasts, right?
Mm-hmm.
New York, LA, West Coast, East Coast. But there's something very different about, Utah in this area and the kinds of stories it inspires. A really good friend of mine lives in the SLC area. Jeremy Kuhn is a filmmaker. He made Napoleon Dynamite and other movies and whatnot. So what is it about that area that inspires stories like this?
I would say where there's like an area with heavy culture, right? There's also bound to be counterculture.
Right. That's
and I think that what's interesting about Salt Lake City is as you grow up and if you stay in Utah, kind of all the people in that counterculture all sort of like gravitate towards each other in a way. And it creates just like really fertile ground for creative ideas and storytelling. And our filmmaking community is great with that too.
Can I ask, like the filmmaking community? I mean, here we have the Sundance Film Festival has been in that area since '89. Now it's moving to a different location.
R.I.P.
The Institute is still there. I mean, they still have the resort where they bring in filmmakers. I'm not sure if they're still continuing that. Did you ever? I want to also discuss like what has been the reaction to the movie. People that see the movie, what do they walk away feeling?
That's something that I've been very happy with and satisfied by. We set out to make a movie so let me rewind a little. So Taylor and I sat on this couch like behind me several years ago, and we wrote this movie, and we had these discussions while we were writing it that we knew it would be polarizing. We knew it was not going to be a crowd pleaser, and it was kind of an intentional thing. Every step along the way when we were like talking about, plot decisions, character decisions, how things were going to end, we came to this crossroads where it was either like, okay, this is what people will want to see, like based on, the like sense of justice that people have, or like the comeuppance or whatever. But Taylor and I, I think this is a good thing, but we chose to make something that was in our heads more thoughtful and more challenging. And I think that's how people are receiving it. We're seeing kind of like a spectrum. We're seeing people who walk away from it kind of befuddled, in a way, and like not knowing what they just saw. But then on the other end of the spectrum, we're seeing people who sit with it and who love it and who like really pick up on what we are trying to say. And it's so rewarding to me. Like if in my book, if we can get one person who walks away having kind of absorbed the thing that Taylor and I sat on this couch and we were writing, like it's such a win for me. I don't know if you feel that way, Taylor, but I love it.
Well put. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, there have been other films that have addressed this kind of story. You chose to make yours a thriller, which is a popular genre. So what do you hope audiences will discover? And I want to also let people know watching, the movie is out now. That's right, on VOD.
That's correct.
Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Nice. And let people know scryerfilms.com is where you can get more, and I'm sure you can contact you guys on the website.
Please contact me. Yeah, contact us.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And then, what's next? What's your next film project? Because it is kind of a family affair here.
It is. Yeah, me and Ethan have been writing and working on film, like I said earlier, for over a decade now. And we have a really fun idea coming up next. I don't know how much I want to talk about it, the specifics, but it's bigger. It's bigger. We're really interested in the journey, and like we like kind of like a big, like human fantasy story that's just kind of focused on the character and the human element, right? So our goal will always be, I think, kind of melding like fantastical elements with a human touch.
Yep. Like a mythology that feels current and relevant. And that's what we want to do next. We want to make I want to see a dark fantasy movie. And like, I feel like what we want to see is like a really cool, like handmade, like kind of like character driven dark fantasy horror. I feel like the world needs that. And that's what we want to do next. Like utilizing these tools of like journey and, you know, mythic story structures.
Well, all I'll say is please stay indie. That's the way you're going to get your vision made. Scryerfilms.com is where you can get more info, and you can contact Taylor and Ethan, the Paur brothers. There's and then anything else that you want to add? I want to make sure we get it all in.
I just want to shout out the third brother who's big integral part of this, Connor Paur. He couldn't be on this podcast, but couldn't have happened without him. The executive producer, kind of a mastermind behind a lot of the logistical wizardry behind this. Just wanted to shout Connor out.
All right. Well, Connor, next time, join the party.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say thank you for having us on and giving us a platform. You know,
of
course. This film is truly indie, grassroots. We've done it all from start to finish. Me, Ethan, and Connor, and obviously our lovely crew. But making movies, man, like in 2026, it's a hard uphill battle. So I respect and appreciate places like Film Threat that give us a platform to talk about our little movie.
Thank you. Couldn't have said it better.
Congratulations, guys. Can't wait to talk to you about your next film. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks.